I don't want history to repeat itself. I do not want to be a single dad.
And while I never expected that we would be here in 2025,
we all owe you the deepest debt of gratitude. Thank you.
New Netflix documentary series, Heart of Invictus, has been labelled bland by some critics.
He said the same thing. I don't believe, and he doesn't believe, that there are kids, because
every single games that I go to, it feels amazing that we've managed to play a part in their recovery.
So long as our brothers and sisters are striving to heal and grow,
the Sussexes continue to follow their own path in California.
If someone wants to erase...
And I certainly don't want my children to have a life without a mother or a father.
Change the lives of so many people for the better and for that.
These jokers started showing up. I was like, no, you were here first. You can have it.
Celebrating 25 years of
the games will go on.
Being so variable, and not to mention swinging from side to side. Oh, let's...
Prince Harry just walked out of a courtroom furious, red-faced, and refusing to speak, and now the world is asking, what is he hiding? What started as a noble crusade against the British tabloids has suddenly taken a dark turn after a judge demanded answers about secret payments made to key witnesses in his phone hacking lawsuit. Payments that could call the entire case into question. The reaction was immediate. Harry reportedly stormed out, his frustration boiling over in front of cameras as whispers of witness tampering and backroom deals began to circulate. But this isn't just another royal scandal splashed across the headlines. This one strikes at the very core of Harry's credibility, and it could dismantle everything he spent years trying to prove. Was he just trying to level the playing field against a corrupt media empire? Or did he cross a line, and if so, why? And more importantly, what else is the public not being told? Behind the palace gates, sources say even King Charles and Prince William were caught off guard, scrambling for damage control as Harry's name dominates the front pages once again, but this time not as a victim. The press is spinning it as hypocrisy. Royal aides are furious. And the legal consequences? They could be devastating. Because if it's proven that secret money changed hands to sway testimony in Harry's favor, this case could implode.
From one soldier to another, I also promise you this.
And Prince Harry could go from royal truth seeker to courtroom fraud in the eyes of millions, but the deeper you dig into this story, the messier it gets. Because some believe this isn't just a legal blunder, it's a calculated trap designed to take Harry down once and for all. So what's really going on behind the scenes? Who's pulling the strings? And what happens next if the judge decides Harry went too far? Strap in, because the drama is only getting started, and what comes out next could shock everyone. For years, Prince Harry has been on a personal mission to expose the darkest secrets of the British press. It's not just about bad headlines or paparazzi photos, it's about illegal tactics that, according to him, shattered lives and invaded privacy on a massive scale. At the centre of it all, one of the biggest media scandals in UK history, the phone hacking epidemic. Major tabloid groups like Mirror Group newspapers and News Group, who once splashed the front pages with Harry's every move, have been accused of tapping into private voicemails, stalking celebrities, and paying insiders for confidential info. Harry didn't just join the fight, he made himself the face of it. Unlike the rest of the royal family, who usually stay silent, he stepped into the courtroom, gave personal testimony, and made it clear this was war. And it wasn't just about him, it was about holding the media accountable for decades of destruction. His lawsuits have been loud.
Many believe that the interview added to the already tense relationship between Harry and the rest of his family.
Public and relentless. He claimed the tabloids targeted him since he was a child, exploiting his trauma after Princess Diana's death, and feeding the public a twisted version of his life. But with each legal battle, the stakes have climbed higher. And while many praised his courage, others started asking, what's really driving this crusade? Is it justice or revenge? Because one thing was certain, the deeper Harry pushed, the more dangerous and personal this fight became. Just when it seemed like Harry was gaining ground in his war against the tabloids, a new twist hit like a grenade. In a shocking moment during a recent hearing, the presiding judge halted proceedings to raise a serious concern: were secret payments made to witnesses supporting Prince Harry's case? Suddenly, the spotlight shifted not to the newspapers on trial, but to Harry's own legal team. According to leaked court documents and insider chatter, the judge demanded clarification over unexplained financial transactions linked to key individuals expected to testify in Harry's favor. The question wasn't just procedural, it was damning. If witnesses were quietly paid behind the scenes, that could suggest manipulation, or at the very least, a major breach of legal ethics. And while there's no concrete evidence yet of wrongdoing by
others say it's a great way to see Harry at his finest, at his most natural.
Harry himself, the implication alone was enough to rattle the entire courtroom. The word tampering began floating through media headlines like a virus, feeding a frenzy that painted Harry not as the victim but possibly as the one bending the rules. His lawyers scrambled to deny any misconduct, but the damage was already done. Suddenly, people weren't talking about hacked voicemails, they were talking about hush money. And if these payments were meant to sway testimony, the legal consequences could be devastating. Not just for the case, but for Prince Harry's entire campaign to be seen as the honest royal who took on the press. The moment the judge demanded answers about those secret witness payments, something in Prince Harry visibly snapped. According to people inside the courtroom, his jaw clenched, his posture shifted, and his stare locked in with laser intensity. He didn't say much, but his body language said everything. Minutes later, he stormed out of the courtroom without a word to anyone, brushing past reporters and cameras as his security struggled to keep up. And from that point on, the narrative shifted. Harry wasn't just angry, he was furious. Eyewitnesses say his reaction wasn't just frustration, it was personal. One legal analyst even described it as a controlled explosion, where you could see him barely holding it together. This wasn't the calm, collected Duke of Sussex giving heartfelt interviews or promoting mental health. This was a man who felt cornered. Sources close to the case claimed Harry believed the judge's question was a direct attack on his integrity, that it wasn't just about witness money, it was about undermining his entire legal mission. And behind the scenes, his team went into full lockdown. No official statements, no comments, just silence, which only fueled speculation even more. The press had a field day, publishing headlines that painted him as unhinged, impulsive, even hypocritical. But the real question was, why did this strike such a nerve? What made this moment so different? Because if Prince Harry's reaction tells us anything, it's that this courtroom confrontation may have touched a nerve far deeper than anyone expected. And the fallout? It was just beginning. The moment news broke about the judge's demand for answers on secret witness payments, the media wasted no time turning the tables. Headlines exploded with words like hypocrisy, double standards, and royal scandal. Suddenly, Prince Harry wasn't the brave underdog taking on a corrupt press, he was the one under scrutiny, accused of playing dirty behind closed doors. Commentators questioned his motives, accusing him of wanting privacy while allegedly using questionable tactics in court. Social media went wild, dividing public opinion like never before. Loyal supporters rushed to defend Harry, insisting he's a victim of relentless media harassment and that his legal team would never stoop to unethical behavior. Others weren't so sure, seeing this as a clear sign that Harry's fight might be turning into something more complicated and less noble. The hashtag battle started trending, with both sides fiercely debating whether the Duke of Sussex was a hero or a hypocrite, but the backlash didn't stop online. Some tabloid editors openly mocked Harry's crusade, framing it as an elaborate PR stunt, and behind closed doors, sources say certain journalists felt vindicated, ready to dig even deeper into the story. What began as a battle for truth was quickly spiraling into a war of public perception, and the stakes had never been higher. While the media circus raged inside the palace walls, things were far from calm. Reports emerged that King Charles and Prince William were blindsided by the latest courtroom drama. According to insiders, they had no idea the judge would bring up secret witness payments, and certainly weren't prepared for Harry's explosive reaction. Sources say the royal aides were scrambling to contain the fallout, trying desperately to keep the family's image intact while the story dominated headlines worldwide. The timing couldn't have been worse. With the monarchy already navigating a rough patch, this unexpected legal storm threatened to deepen divisions within the family. Some palace insiders described the atmosphere as tense and fractured, with key figures worried about the long-term damage to the crown's reputation. There were even whispers of frustration toward Harry for drawing more attention to the family's struggles at such a vulnerable moment. Publicly, the palace remained tight-lipped, refusing to comment on ongoing legal matters. But behind the scenes, the unease was palpable. This wasn't just another scandal, it was a potential crisis, and how the royal family would handle it could define their future in the eyes of the public. If those secret payments to witnesses are proven to have happened, Prince Harry could face serious legal consequences that go beyond this courtroom battle. At best, the case risks being dismissed or delayed indefinitely, dragging out what was already a long and exhausting fight. At worst, it could open the door to accusations that Harry's team tried to manipulate the truth, an accusation that could irreparably damage his credibility not only in this lawsuit but in any future legal action. This is a dangerous line to cross, especially for someone who's built his public image around honesty and transparency. For years, Harry has positioned himself as a royal willing to challenge the establishment and fight for what's right. But now, some of his most vocal supporters are starting to question whether those principles are holding up under pressure. Damage to reputation could be even worse. The media, which he's battled fiercely, may now use these revelations to paint him as just another privileged figure trying to bend the rules. Public trust is fragile, and once it cracks, it's hard to repair, especially for a member of the royal family whose every move is scrutinized. The question now is, can Harry recover from this blow? Or has his mission to expose the media's darkest secrets backfired in the worst possible way? Just when it seemed like the courtroom drama had reached its peak, whispers started emerging that there may be even more undisclosed payments and backdoor deals tied to Prince Harry's case. Sources close to the legal battle suggest that what's been revealed so far might just be the tip of the iceberg. Some insiders warn that additional witnesses could come forward with surprising claims that could further complicate Harry's fight and deepen the controversy. The tabloids are already licking their chops, preparing to use any new information to discredit Harry's entire crusade against the press. There's talk among media lawyers that this might even be a carefully orchestrated trap designed to corner Harry and force him into backing down. If true, it would be one of the most ruthless legal plays in recent royal history, and one that could change everything. For Prince Harry, this means the battle isn't just about proving who hacked whose phone anymore. It's become a war over trust, power, and survival in the most public spotlight imaginable. With so much at stake, the next moves could either save his reputation or break it completely, and no one knows what the final outcome will be. Prince Harry set out to take on the press and protect his family, but this legal battle is quickly turning into something far more dangerous, one that threatens to unravel his public image and possibly his future. The secret witness payments controversy has exposed cracks in his carefully crafted narrative, raising questions about whether his fight for justice has crossed ethical lines. Behind the headlines and courtroom drama lies a man caught between his royal legacy and a fierce determination to rewrite his story. What happens next isn't just about court rulings or media spin, it's about trust, truth, and the price of fighting a powerful system from the inside out. As the world watches, Prince Harry stands at a crossroads. Will he emerge stronger, proving his critics wrong? Or will this scandal become the chapter that defines him? For better or worse, one thing is certain, the battle between Harry and the British press is far from over, and the fallout from these secret payments may echo for years to come. So, what do you think? Is Prince Harry fighting a justified war, or has he stepped into a trap of his own making? Let me know in the comments below.